Okay, y'all. Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. Super excited. We had a little technical difficulty, so I'm waiting to see Stacy pop back on, and we'll get going. Have lots of great stuff for you. Let me know if you're watching live or Memorex as y'all are going, where'd she go? All that good kind of stuff. I promise that it will be worth hanging out with me for a minute to get to this so that we can have a good conversation. And so, hey, I see Rochelle back on. I see Stacy asking to join, so give me just a minute. Add Stacy. Let's see. Hey, Susie, I see you this morning. I see Stacy.
Okay, we're going to try take two, girl. Here we go.
Here's Stacy. So, I said some things are always worth the wait and the technical difficulty. So thank you so much, and I love your cat. Does that say Rotello?
It does. Rotello Cattle Company, and Jacqueline made it for me.
I saw that. I love that. So thank you for taking time this morning to share. And first of all, really, I want you to share your quick story, okay? And I know you just got back from Cancun Founders Club. You've not missed one since you started. And so not everybody knows like what your quick story is. I can say this is Staci Rotello. She's a Gold Executive, means absolutely nothing. I'm gonna let you tell your story and then I'm gonna finish the rest of it.
Okay, yes ma'am. All right, so yeah, my name is Staci Rotello. I live in Navasota, Texas, which is near College Station. I have been a part of Xyngular 6 years. Since in August it was 6 years, so 6.5 years I guess, which is crazy. I taught kindergarten for 7 years, so that's my former background, kindergarten teacher. And you guys, I got here simply trying to help my husband. He has celiac disease and irritable bowel syndrome, and we were desperate. He was very overweight. He felt like crud, lots of inflammation, and I just wanted to help him. We had friends getting results. I said, give me what you got. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna send it back, because we had been there, done that, tried so many things, y'all. We were desperate. So we farm and ranch, that's hence Rotello Cattle Company. And my husband, like, he would be working and he felt so bad. It was 5 o'clock. He came home. He couldn't go anymore. And that's not the kind of lifestyle that we lead. Like, we work until the work is done and then get back up and do it again the next day. And so by day 3, he was feeling amazing. And I said, Chris, this is incredible. This is a blessing. And I looked at my friend that helped me and I said, girl, I feel great. Like, I'm rocking and rolling these kindergartners like nobody's business. And it was the first week of school, which normally is exhausting. I wasn't coming home, getting on the couch. I felt great. And so I simply said, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know you sent me a link to sign up with you. So I know you made some commission. I'm not opposed to it. Tell me what I need to do. I just don't want to pay for these products. And that was my mindset, Jana. And then it just went from there. Honestly, like, I put my head down. I did not quit on the hard days. I did not let negativity creep in, or if it did, I kicked it right back out. Something I still do every single day, which, I mean, yes, like that's my story. I put my head down, got to work, helped my husband lose 40 pounds, keep it off. And I walked away from my teaching career that May. I started in August. I walked away that May and I haven't been back.
Well, I love your story because of how it started. It didn't start as somebody that wanted to lose weight. You didn't come in to make money, but all of these great things have happened. And what I will tell you all about Stacy is she is one of the best human beings that you could ever have the good fortune to even know as a person. Just even know as a person, your life is already better. I believe she's one of the top people in this whole entire company. She's darn sure one of the very best in my team, but I'd put her in the top 3 of the whole company in everything. So that's why I want y'all to hear from her today. And so you were working full time though when you started. So start just really briefly, because this is Lose the Excuse 25, right? Like, that's one of the things that we're doing with our challenge, where we love to give that free value back to our customers. But it's about, like, on the day when the wind's blowing, and literally the wind's going to blow like 30 something miles an hour today here, which is, halfway normal. Like, it's like the wind's blowing, so I didn't take my supplements. Or I missed something. We do the same thing with our business. We do the very same thing with our business. I didn't get something done today, or somebody said no, so I'll start again next Monday, or I'll just wait till next month because maybe we'll have something cool going on. I may be funny, I may be sarcastic, but I don't lie. So what did you do when you were working, corralling those little kindergartners to make this happen? And Clay would have been 11 years old at that point in time, right?
Yes, girl. He was like, yeah. I mean, yeah. And so, yeah, and that's a whole nother thing that Xyngular has blessed us with because, Clay is extremely, well, he's learned to manage now, but extremely ADHD. And that was a ongoing battle in our household. Like, cause like we would come home, then I had to deal with my school stuff, had to cook supper, had to be a wife, had to tend to my ADHD kid who we were fighting over homework. And we don't do that anymore because we homeschool now because of Xyngular. Thank you for that. Totally never saw that blessing coming. But yeah, no, I didn't, Jana, and I literally, I wrote this down to myself today because, y'all, I'm going to tell you right now, and I know Lori Orick talked about this, self-development is huge. What you put up here matters. I woke up this morning and I'll say this, my mindset wasn't the best, but guess what? I didn't stay there. I come in here, I got in the Word, I did my little affirmation things, and I wrote down, I said, I will treat this as a job, and would my boss be happy with my performance? Y'all, we have
Wow.
that's how I looked. And seriously, Jana, I had, and I was very honest. I was like, you know what? I'm always working. Like, I never not work my business each day. But am I doing to my God-given potential that he has given to me? No, I'm not. So no excuses. Like, that's it. Like, I'm over it. Like, any negativity, flush it out. That's what I had to do, number one, because I'm going to tell y'all, whenever I started this, people doubted me. And honestly, that's what drives me today, is knowing that, guess what? I rose above those doubts. I rose above those naysayers. And not that everyone was, but y'all, it's a fact. Sometimes people, I feel like, Jana, are nervous or scared because of what people are going to say if they put something out, which we are not cringy, we are not salesy, but they don't want to share because of that. I had to kick that mindset to the curb because here's the deal. Whoever I'm meant to help in this world, God already knows. He has that planned out. But if I don't pay attention to that and I let the devil creep in and that adverse stuff and I don't share what I need to share, then I'm doing him an injustice. And at the end of the day, I want to please him.
That's right.
So that is huge. Like, I did not make excuses whenever I was teaching. I'd get up in the morning, I would coach my new starts. And that means like people like starting their journey, day 1 through day 9. Now I obviously go way beyond that, but day 1 and day 9 is a stickler. Have to do it. On my way home, I would do calls. That was my 3-way call time. On my lunch break, I didn't sit in my classroom or in the teacher's lounge and gossip, for lack of better terms. Staci Rotello went and sat in her car because if I was in my classroom, they could be knocking on the door, hey girl, what you doing? Catching up. I didn't have time for that because I treated this like a business. And that's the mentality that I had to lead with this. And I was actually talking to a girl on my team the other day. She's kind of checking up a little bit. And I said, girl, and she's like, it's hard. She's like, I get tired of people telling me no. And I said, girl, let me tell you, I do too. But had I quit on the hard days when 3 people sent kits back, I never will forget that. One day, y'all, 3 people sent their kit back and nobody could poop anymore. They were all constipated that I was coaching and everyone was telling me no. I could have quit. And I said, girl, had I quit, we would not be in this chat right now and you would not be feeling as great as you are. She's like, you're right. So I just didn't let the hard days win, and I still don't.
Well, I love that because, you started this for Chris because Chris had issues that you need, like y'all were desperate, use the word desperate. So when I started, and I posted about this a little bit last night, like we had no process, we had no system. It was just like, and what we were doing at that point in time, which was only 3-way calls with no sort of duplication, was not really conducive to a 50 to 60 hour work week like what I had. But I'm a hard worker and I'm a person of my word, so I did it. Is it realistic for all people all the time? It's not.
Right.
So, but if I quit on the days that I wanted to scream and then I wanted to, my job had worn me out, I was tired, I knew I needed to give my best to some other people, then Chris wouldn't have found this. And exactly. So I take this all very seriously, very, very seriously. And so let's talk now about there are so many things that Staci's good. I'm talking best in class at. And hopefully you really listened to Lori yesterday. She leads the company in enrollments and quick starts and growth, not just quick starts, managers, silver managers, things like that. So we're bringing you some really, really good stuff this week. So I want you to really listen. If you don't have a piece of paper, you need to get it right now or listen to this later, because the first thing we're going to talk about is, Staci, how many enrollments do you have this month? How many did you have last month and how many do you have started for this month?
My back office pulled up. So last month I had 14 and this month I have 7.
Okay. That's I knew how many you had last month, and that's about what I thought, but I didn't pull it before we got on here. So I knew you would know. And so, y'all, people think there's no one to enroll and nobody's buying sometimes. And you start telling yourself all these things about what you think about whether people can afford something or whether they want it. All the stuff. You have to let go of that. So Staci consistently is enrolling people. She's also doing the things that she's going to talk about today consistently. That's a big thing. I don't think most people can say that. And so, like, when it comes to the supplementation, one of the things I said yesterday is put the stuff in your mouth. The time of day doesn't matter. This is no different. We get to do this. Do it daily. The time doesn't matter, right? And so, first of all, Staci, what's working with you to take those people from asking you questions or having a conversation and moving them to they're ready to buy? Like your best verbiage, your best things that you send them. Like what's really, you go, these are my 2 or 3 go-tos, and then they will go, yeah, it's time, Staci.
Yeah. And it's still, Jana, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I still, like I'll try that one person. They're not ready yet. And so but I will tell you this. Yes, ma'am. I build value in what we have. And I'm really big on education right now. And none of us can have our head in the sand right now, because I'm going to be very transparent. The health and wellness industry is tough right now. We're going against Big Pharma. We're going against Amazon. I talked with Oliver about this. We have to stand out. How do we do that? We know our products are the best, but no one else does. So we have to provide that value and that education. So whenever I'm following up with people, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to their pain point. I'm looking, okay, girl, last time we talked, you told me you needed to lose 30 pounds and you couldn't poop. Number one, are you still struggling with those? Is that still a concern of yours? Because I'm here to help you. And, and then I build value in our product. And here's the deal. How do I do that? I don't throw up in the chat. Like I might say, girl, this probiotic's #1 for a reason. Like it really does do its job. And by that point, I've already shared some information with them about whatever their needs are, but I bring that back to them. I bring them back to their pain point. And I'm going to tell you something else that has worked. And I was telling some people about this at Founders Club. Like if you go to my page, pinned to the top, y'all, I have a whole, it's like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 minutes long, a live that I did that provides education as to why, and I focus it around the Gut Collective, because that is like not core for weight loss, but it is core for foundational things, and it gets people in conversation, and we'll go from there, like whatever. But what I'm saying is, I haven't been to the top. That is working for me 24/7. Like I don't have to be on there selling something every day. That pin to the top has got me. Last month, I think it was 3 new enrollments. And now, and some people might be like, but I don't know all that. You know what? I didn't either. I went to Room at the Top and I watched the interview that Kala and Maddie did with Chanel. I took notes on all that because they go into all our information about the Gut Collective products. I did that. And then I watched Maddie Walsh's video on the Gut Collective that I share a lot about. And I did my own. I was like, you know what, Staci, you got to become like an expert. People want to sign up with an expert. And that's a whole other thing, Jana, talking about being consistent is people are watching us that we don't even know are watching us. They're watching to see, okay, is Susie Q really, or is she just like throwing something randomly out that she didn't even write? She just got it from someone else. Like people can read through that. People want to be helped. So whenever I follow up, I go to their pain point. I show them I have something to help them. I'm genuine. I'm real. And then when they go to my social media, they don't see graphics. They don't see me trying to sell something. They don't see that. They see me providing value of something that we have, and then they can decide if and when it's right for them. So that in itself, I'm telling you, like doing that pinned to the top of my page has been the best thing.
Yeah, and y'all can go follow Staci if you don't friend us, because like we're maxed out and that's for people that we want to help and all this kind of stuff. So you can go and you can see the video where when somebody, like especially if you're making new friends or if you've made a friend in a group and stuff, anything like that, they go to look at your social media and first thing you see that. So it's like her genuinely, you can see it's got over 4,000 views, things like that. And so when somebody goes, they're checking that out and they're seeing, okay, this girl's talking about some products, and you can see words like great words. I love research-based and scientific facts. One of the things, and I would tell y'all to write this down. Chanel has said this, and I've started saying this over and over. We are supplied by nature, backed by science. Supplied by nature, backed by science. Because, and you're going to see this more and more in the coming weeks and months, people becoming aware that they did not realize how much they're poisoning their bodies. And you go, well, we say it all the time. How are they missing it? So anyway, but you're going to see it because it's already, if you saw a couple of days ago, red dye 3 was banned. People do not realize that these things are one of the reasons why they do have inflammation. And so when people say, I'm not using weight loss supplements to lose weight, okay, y'all, they literally are not hearing what you're saying. So you've got to be consistent. And by using your own voice, like what Staci did, that's a way that you can do it. And when I started, all I knew how to do was go to the benefit fact sheet. And when somebody said, well, what does the Zing do? I would read off of that. I knew I felt good. I knew I had energy. But when they said, well, what specifically, I'm like, I mean, that's all. I mean, I didn't know anything different. I didn't pretend to know something different. And then you get to where you're understanding stuff, your confidence in what you believe and being knowledgeable, because how can you talk passionate about, and then how can you go back to their pain points and the things that you're talking about? We at least have to get you started on this to get you headed that right direction. And so then you scroll down, you see a lot about her trip, a lot of lives, but you really see life. Like if you keep going back past the trip last week, like you do not see a graphic, and she said that, and I can assure you, I've said do not put graphics on your Facebook until I am blue in the face, and people still do it. But that's the thing, is you get to do this business the way you want to do it. Okay, so love that. So if we've been talking for a couple of months, and I said, you know, I need to lose 30 pounds, I don't feel good, I'm not like playing with my kids, whatever, and I keep going, hey, I'm thinking about it, let me look at that, oh, the wind's blowing today, whatever. Like, what's that one thing that you're just like, this is what I'm going to say specifically to me? Are you going to voice it? Or are you going to text it? What specifically would you say to me if we've been him-hawing around since, say, Black Friday?
So I'm going to voice, because I'm thinking in particular of a woman that I've been talking to, and it was very similar. She's like, I don't like what I've seen in the mirror, and I voiced her, and I said, and her name is Carrie. And I said, Carrie, I'm going to tell you this as a friend. Okay. Number one, girl, I ain't here to sell you something. You've watched me. You've seen what I do. And another thing, y'all, build value, share customer testimonies in your stories, share that you really are helping people. And if you don't have a customer that you're directly helping, go look on my story, screenshot, go look at Jana's. Like, we all share people that we're helping. Okay. So there's that. Number one, build value that you can do what you're saying you're going to do. But I'm like, girl, okay, look, I'm here to help you. And I truly do feel like, and I told her this, I said, I truly feel like God has me here for a reason. I know he does. And at the end of the day, Carrie, you decide what Carrie's worth. You decide if you are really ready for that change. I can't make that decision for you, but I'm going to sit here and tell you, I'm going to help you. I'm going to guide you, and I'm going to hold your hand. And I promise you, you are going to feel better. You're going to be so grateful this was shared with you. And I'm here to work and fit what's best for you, because hers is always budget. I'm like, even if we just get you started with a couple of things, like that's how you know I'm here to help you, because I'm not saying go buy this biggest kit. I'm saying you're telling me, girl, you are so ready for a change. And I'm telling you, I have that solution, and I'm here to help you. Like, and I just put it out there. Like, and so there's, you know, and she wrote me back, and she's like, you're right, Staci. She's like, let me see what I can do. I need to follow back up with her, by the way, because she's still him-hawing around. But that's it, Jana. You just let them know I have what you are looking for, and I'm going to help you. This is not a weight loss pill, patch, or shot. This is true wellness, and you are worth it. And until you see you're worth it, girl, I can't shake it in you. And that's just what I say. Which, side note, y'all, I'm glad that I actually said shot, because when you think about it, so when we were in Founders Club, I don't know if everyone knows this or not, but Robin and Oliver and Kelly Hill were saying, and Chris, that you know how you can buy like the tirzepatide and all that, like all the compounds, that because Ozempic and all that were on the short list, it's off the short list, or whatever that means for the FDA, meaning all those compounding things are going to have to shut down within like the next 6 to 9 months. So that, y'all, is going to be a huge thing for, once again, what we have. with the GLP-X, which is everything raising that GLP-1 hormone, that's going to be a benefit to us because they're not going to be able to go unless they are approved through their insurance to get it from their doctor. So that's going to be big for us.
Yeah, huge. And there are still those people that don't want to do that, or they're wanting to redirect it. But that's one reason why, like, you do a really good job of consistently talking about the Gut Collective, and so whatever it is, and I do think it needs to be something you drink. It doesn't have to be the Gut Collective. If you see, that's not what I put in my stories, but I put trim sticks every day, because that is something that everybody will buy. Everybody can help somebody with, and it alone can do so much more than somebody buying anything from anybody else. So you've got to be consistent. And then those very facts like that, where it's like, I know people are actually getting the shot with, and so when y'all think people can't afford stuff or they're whatever, trust me, people do about anything. They'll sell their little dog and their smallest child. So, so you got to get that stuff out of your head. And from 29 years of banking, I can assure you, people do whatever the devil they want to with their money, whether they have a lot or whether they have absolutely none. So you got to start talking to them like you mean what you say, like what Staci just said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and Janet, like, people can read through you. Like, I can read through if someone is cold messaging me or just spamming me, and it's like, ugh, like, gives me the ick. Like, don't do that. Like, be who you are. None of us watching this and gonna watch a replay or who are in here are a part of this because we wanted to be sold to. Go back and think about, why did I join? Like, what was it that made me join? And then those are the people that you speak to. You are most equipped to help the person that you used to be. So
exactly.
Keep that in your mind too.
So you're always talking to them.
Yep.
So yeah, anyway, okay. I want to talk about one more thing. So I know this is a nice long video, but people are getting a lot of free value that in lots of companies you wouldn't get that, or there's people out there trying to sell you how to do work that they're not doing themselves.
Right.
Okay. So this is you're hearing from people that are actually doing the work themselves. So you do an amazing job of getting people to get their link up front, and even a better job of getting them to upgrade. And we say it's easier to get people to upgrade than to get up front. Well, the statistics show it's not. But in your case, because I've watched it with my own eyes, you're really good because you're consistent. So I'm getting started. What are you going to tell me about getting my link? And then let's go with, now I've got my product. When are you going to tell me to upgrade, and what does that sound like?
Yeah.
And I could say, because I just heard you say it this morning.
And I'm like, what did I say this morning? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, whenever they go to, which I mean, we've had the free partner link. And so I tell people, like, which I mean, now we don't, but from the 1st to the 15th we did. And I'm like, look, hey, you're going to love these products. And not only are you going to love them, but you're going to know people that could benefit from them. Go ahead. If you think you would want to have that extra income and you don't want to pay for these products, and maybe you want to do more and beyond, like, if you don't grab that link, you are literally leaving money on the table. Like, that is not smart in any situation. If someone says, hey, this is a possibility for you, you're going to say, no, thank you, I'm good. No, that's not how most people think. So that's what I tell them. I'm just like, if you, and two, I'll let them know, hey, I will help you with that link. Like, it's not like you're not going to know what to do with it. There's no pressure about it, but it's a really, really smart decision to get. Like, I just put it to them like that. I don't go into a bunch of, details about it, because then they become overwhelmed. They're like, I don't even know what this is, and you're telling me about this bonus and that. Like, oh my, no, it's a smart decision. If you don't get it, you're leaving money on the table. So
perfect.
And I'm going to say this too, because I will always be transparent. I had the most partner enrollments out of the entire company last month. I think I had 9. You know how many quick start Staci's got right now? 0. But you know what? That's okay, because they're worth more than a quick start. Jana missed her quick start, and look where she's at today. I think Cindy Clayton might have missed her quick start. Like, it's fine. It's totally fine, because I'm going to continue to pour value into those people, because so many times I feel like people, oh, quick start's up. Oh, they're done. No, they're not. Like, they are still spending their hard money on our products. We still have a job to help them. Like, do not get in that mindset. Do not get in that mindset. That the quick start period's up, they're done. No, so that's it. So as far as upgrade,
love that, because it really does matter. If we're only working for our good,
yep,
they're not ever going to go anywhere. So we can have everything we ever wanted if we happen to, if other people get what they need. And so some people need them. And I didn't care about a quick start. I was no more trying to do this than a man in the moon. I was not going to be spammy tammy, all this kind of stuff. Like, I didn't even care. It was of no importance to me whatsoever because I had not seen enough yet. So
Exactly.
when you treat people like their quick starts over and you just completely, mark them off, and I don't mean mark them off your Founders Club sheet because now they don't qualify in that part. But when you mark them off, like now that's the person you've become.
Yeah.
So it really, really, really does matter. So I absolutely love that. So now let's talk about upgrades because you get a lot of those.
I do. And I'm going to tell you why I get a lot of upgrades. It's because I treat people as people. I treat them with value, as I would any other person, whether they're part of my Xyngular business or not. Like, I believe in treating people respectfully. Like, that. Like, I still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like, that's just who I am.
I know. I hope everybody else is listening because I already know.
Sorry. But I treat my customers the same way. Like, I don't look at them as a number. I don't look at them as money. I don't do that. I want to help people. So whenever your heart, y'all, is genuine, like whenever I send my project broadcast out, I don't say like, go Xyngular. I say, we appreciate you. You mean the world to us. All things Xyngular, Chris, Staci, and Clay Rotello, because they are a part of our family. Like, my customers are my everything. And y'all, I'm going to tell you this too. It's a lot easier to have each customer you got help and share than go find 50 new customers each month. Okay, so there's that. Like, think about that too. And they're already sold on the product. They're already spending their hard-earned money. And so to me, that's easy. So take care of your people. That's what I'm going to say. Take care of your people. Check on them. Support them. Guide them when they get those results. Like, I know, like, that girl, she's on day 5 and yesterday was day 4. And so she's like, you know what? I'm down 5 pounds. I feel great. And she actually has her link. And I said, girl, I said, here, and she's a teacher. And so I was like, look, hey, I know you have that link. You haven't really used it yet, but I just want to let you know, like, you have something to help a lot of people. And anyway, like, I just talk to people, Jana. That's what I can say. And you have to share, though, the value in what we have. And yes, some people might be like, well, Staci, it's easy for you to get people to upgrade because you just got back on a trip. Well, let me tell you something. Like, I started just like everyone else did, right? I built value in what we had without going on a single trip. Like, I had to earn those trips, right? And so I just talk to people and I let them know the value, and I let them know that I will help them and guide them every step of the way. I didn't get where I'm at by leaving people in the dark, and I ain't about to start today.
I love it. And that's what I see. You just talk to them like they're people. So many people are waiting for the right verbiage, the right script, the right whatever. And you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, with the exception of if everything that you say is self-seeking and non-genuine. And I don't think non-genuine is an actual word, but that, because people can see through it. And you said earlier, none of us started because we want to be sold something. You can ask Melissa Corbin. You ain't selling me nothing.
Right.
I will buy what I desire to buy based on reasons that are helpful to me. You're not selling me anything. Do I buy stuff every day? Yeah, but not because somebody's coming at me with a hi baby there, hey baby there, ho baby there. If I got a deal for you today, no, you go sell your good credit, bad credit, no credit down over on another corner because you're not selling it here. You know what I mean? And so all of those things really do matter. And Staci, I have watched you with your family. I have watched you with your team. I have watched you on a beach. I've watched you on a stage. You are the real deal.
Thank you.
You just keep being you, because at the end of the day, that's what they're buying. They're buying their faith that you actually meant what you said and that you're not going to leave them high and dry. So one last question. How do you keep up with them?
How do I keep up with them? So, like,
how do you not let them slip through the cracks, forget about them, things like that? Because whether you've got 5 or whether you've got 150, it's a reality. You got to be intentional. So what works for you, Staci?
So if you look back there, that's one of my whiteboards. And then I'm actually editing mine down there with quick start. So I have, and I know Robin has a similar system with whiteboards. You guys, if it's not in front of me, it is not important to me. And I don't mean that like whatever, but it's just not. It's going to be over here buried under 50 other things that I need to do today. So on my whiteboard, I have never, like you said, I've never missed a Founders Club, Destination X, whatever you want to call it. And it's because of that. So on my whiteboard, I have who's going for Quick Start and their date and how many out of 4 they have. Also, managers, who I need to move through the manager ranks, not just a manager, but from manager to silver, from silver to gold, like all that. And then customers that I want to upgrade. That way, like, you know, because I've always kind of got people kind of on my radar. And by the way, speaking of that, if you take care of your customers, this literally just happened this week. I had a girl that had not ordered product in a year. She went back, she ordered because she's plugged into Team Tiny Pants, because Jana, thank you for everything that you do on that page. The value is incredible. She pays attention, and she went and upgraded on her own and did everything, and she's back, and she hadn't ordered in a year. Now I've got a new quick start on that board because she knew I was going to help her, and she knows what we have is the best thing out there. So make sure your people are on Team Tiny Pants. Side note about that. But the whiteboard, like I have to, Jana. And, you know, and I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's a little depressing whenever I went and marked off on 9 or however many people I had going that no one went for it. I was like that kind of hit me. I'm like, okay, here I am. Staci Rotello is supposed to be cranking out quick starts, and I got 9 and ain't none of them hit. But it ain't about me. And I had to be like, nope, it ain't about that girl. Put it back over there. We're going to manager, and I'm going to help them the best that I can if they want it. So that's it. I have a whiteboard system, girl. No. Hands down, the best.
Well, you know, the old saying goes, out of sight, out of mind.
Yep.
So it's almost like scientific that you being able to visually see it really does change that. And then there's also a saying that a body at rest remains at rest. Mm-hmm. Y'all, that's so much of like when you have felt bad, maybe you've had the flu or something, and you don't feel like you have the energy to get up. Until you get up, you're not going to. Like you can't just lay on the couch for 9 more days. Like until you get up, it's the same thing with your business. If you're unsure of where your people are at or what you're doing or what's going on, it's because a business at rest remains at rest. Yep. So like you've got to be intentional. People need what we have. And so thank you, Staci. This has been amazing. I can tell you, I'm going to download this and turn this into a YouTube, because I think people that, you know, are not even on the Extreme Team page would want to hear this, because it's practical advice that's going to help you be successful, whether you're looking to just, you know, if somebody ever joins me once in a blue moon, the better you take care of them, the better off, you know, then you're doing the right thing. But if you also want to pay some credit cards off, solid advice. So anyway, all right, I'll let you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I would love for y'all to drop in your comments 1 or 2, not more, 1 or 2 things that you know you could change today to propel yourself forward and to begin to, I get to help people succeed. And because I do that, I am mastering Xyngular. I believe I can do this. So let us know what you're going to implement. Thank you, Staci, so much.
All right. Bye.